Hello everybody. Now if you're wondering, this video is different from the usual video of just an educational little slideshow type thing. And this one is something that I've been working on for a very long time, and it wasn't necessarily leading up to this video, but it has, so here we go. So the first thing is, this is a video about productivity. I'm going to be simply laying out how I have been most productive and different ways that it could be tailored to every single individual and how they would be most productive with it. But either way, I'm just going to get straight into it. And the first thing is, have a nice journal. I recommend throwing maybe $5 to $10 into a journal, just because it's like with anything. If you spend money towards it, you're more likely to continue it, because now it's like, oh, I spent money towards this project. I probably shouldn't treat it like trash anymore. Like, if you're learning a language and you spend $10 on textbooks, $90 on tutors, and $100 on other miscellaneous stuff, you're much more invested to learn that language than somebody who just downloaded Duolingo. So have a nice journal. So it's something you could be like, oh, I put money into this, gotta treat it right. Alright, next is actually how you're supposed to accomplish your task, how you're supposed to be productive. And these things I have grouped into 3 different blocks: schedule, vague task, and time task. You'll do one of these 3, or you can do multiple. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. It seems like a waste of time, but if you want to, I guess. The first one is scheduling out how you're going to be productive. Schedule out your task, plan out 30 to an hour blocks of time in your day, and just write what task you want to do at that point. It's simple, and it doesn't work for many. I will give it that. If it's like a kid and they're on summer break and they can plan out their entire day, this one's great, and I think it would be very worthwhile. But if it's like, I have to go to work, I have to go to college, I have to do all this other stuff, it's not really plausible. The next one is vague task, where you just write out a goal and maybe partial credit for that goal. And that's basically it. You put check marks, you cross stuff out, and you're basically just, this is my goal. When I'm done, I'll just cross it out. You don't really have any plans for it. It's just really up in the air. But when you get a chance to do it, you do it. And this one works probably the best out of all of these. And the next one is timed task, which is probably the best if you're just starting this, where you write down a task like you would for the vague task. But instead of just being like, I'll accomplish this, I'll have a goal that I need to get to at the end of the day, but I'll accomplish it whenever. This one is, I spend 30 minutes on this, and it doesn't matter where I am, really. Like, this is a better way to put it. For a vague task, you'll write like, I want to read till page 20. For a time task, you'll just write out, I want to read for 30 minutes. It's basically just, that is the difference. You don't really have a goal, but you have a certain time limit. So now let's get into the actual writing of it. First, I like to start with the title, so you could go back, look at it, and see what has happened that day. And if you don't really have a good title idea, draw like a stupid little picture. I'm not a good artist. I sometimes draw a picture though, just so I'm like, oh look, it's a really crappy drawn stick figure of me at the zoo or something. I don't know. The next is the date. That was pretty self-explanatory. The next is brief comments, just because it allows you to show different ideas that you have for the day or that you just woke up with. It allows you to show gratitude, which has been wonderful for many people. It hasn't really stuck with me that much, but if you want to just write out, I'm grateful for X thing today, be specific about it, but that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of different things. This is really for you to figure out what you want to do with it. Next, you'll actually get to the part where you want to figure out your task. So just jot down what task you want done. It's not supposed to be that hard. It's not supposed to be that nice. It's just supposed to be, I want to read, I want to exercise, I want to study, I want to do this, that, and all the other stuff. But try to be reasonable with yourself, so you don't feel disappointed the next day and you choose not to come back. Alright, next you want to actually write out the task neatly. And with this, you'll write out the task, and then you'll write some way of identifying when the task is actually completed. This can be done by just writing them out in a nice, orderly fashion, and just crossing stuff out. You could put check marks, you could do the time blocks, and you basically just write a schedule where it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in different blocks, and then write what you did. You can highlight, really do whatever looks nicest to you, because this is mostly just so you keep on track, and so you're like, okay, I accomplished all this. And finally, just thoughts and a description of the day, or pick one or the other. Like if you've had a really boring day, you might just be like, I thought I could do this tomorrow. This would be fun to do tomorrow. Or if it was a really fun day and you're like, I went on vacation today and I met up with some friends and we went bowling or something. That could be as basic of a description as you want. That's pretty much it. I know from the way I started the video, it might have seemed more extravagant, but I've been working on productivity journaling since 2022, and it has worked wonders. I mean, I'm by no means perfect. No one is. But I feel like I've improved just because of this notebook. And the fact is that with this notebook, things are very much open to change, because your life is open to change. Things will not be the same, and this journal won't be the same either. It'll change, and it'll be fun to see how it changes. Because you might go from, hey, I want to be very time-oriented, so I'll be on a schedule. And then you'll realize life's too hectic for that. I'm going to go to vague tasks. And it really is just supposed to evolve with however you evolve. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys learned something and enjoyed the video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.